Oh, interesting. Okay. Bear with me. Okay, so, all right. Okay, I'm just checking out some things here. Okay, thank you for watching. I am on here again at YouTube live at Blooming Light at Blooming Tribe. It's the wee hour of the I don't even know I don't even like to say morning, day no more. I just altogether upset about language. Anywho, um, with a channeled message slash reading. Okay, this is going to be a series. I think I'm going to turn this into a series of podcast on behalf of um, the Honorable Feminines, targeted individuals, day in the life. Okay, and there's going to be some of you out there that knows exactly what this is. You honorable feminines that have children, or adult children are the same if they're anything like my son. Okay, so you as a targeted individual, you have people assigned to annoy you, and the closer the better. And some of those things include noise. What honorable feminines have figured out about this plane of existence is most of what we're looking at and seeing and talking to every day is bullshit. Okay? No matter how fanciful. And that law, rules, regulations aren't really for the people, it's for criminals. Criminals that want to keep their power, leverage, money, and resources, that want to hoard and monopolize that and exploit even the very light beings that are here to liberate themselves, and others follow suit after them if they choose to. So, you honorable feminines have discovered that a part of your journey is understanding some of the practicalities that you, on your journey of discovery of truth, going down paths of studying various religions, philosophical bents, political bents, um, you just discover that, some of this nice shit program, that's actually a curse. That's actually a brainwashing, a colonization, and conditioning for you to tolerate abuse and bullshit while the abusers benefit and benefit, and you're to tolerate and tolerate and tolerate and tolerate and tolerate. Or you're to be a rule follower, even if being a rule follower is not getting you the results that you deserve to get. So you're learning that you got to be just as slick and sly and creative as they are. Because when called upon, they'll be the first ones to say, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, I was just moving, rearranging the furniture. Oh, little Susie or little John was having a tantrum. They'll be the first ones to go and have an excuse, a plausible excuse, and to get themselves out of hot water, knowing full well what they're doing. And you've learned that that's exasperating. Trying to be the honorable feminine that you are, trying to go through the necessary processes and protocols and stuff that they, air quotes, tell you have to do. Meanwhile, your abusers, your stalkers, your antagonists are doing what they wish. So your child may end up asking you, as this pertains to the noisemakers that you all deal with in the vicinity of where your children live, where you have to be and frequent every single day, it's spending majority of your time. And you may even have to spend even more time if you're anything like me. I know for sure that one of my spots have been compromised, but I'm not going to talk about that on this video. One of the spots. Okay. But here's where you begin to utilize their own bullshit. As it pertains to the noisemakers, you may wait because see what they do is this is all day, all night, and they typically hone in at the late hours when technically, if these are community townhomes or apartment complexes, once again, there's rules and regulations regarding noise, okay, and quiet hours. So these individuals may daily intentionally um, violate that. And you guys have noise canceling earphones. You know, focus in on what you need to focus in on. You know, you're doing all these things to make those adjustments for yourself and your children as to not continue to be pulled out of your body to listen to their antics to fuck up your hearing, the communication between these stalkers and these gang stalkers and these bullies and whatever the fuck they're on, to keep you activated. This is psychological. And ignorance is unfortunately why so many don't understand or know nothing about this, because they're dumb and they are lazy and they opt into the program of the blue pill. They stick their fingers in their ears, they squeeze their eyes shut together, and they go la 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 la. Okay. So, honorable feminines, you all realize some of that, and you could have waited till everyone is good and quiet. Because, see, remember, they do it all day, all night, especially during hours where most people are attempting to get rest. They're usually doing it during the quiet hours, because it's the quiet hours are called the quiet hours because that's when the average person is trying to get some kind of rest. So you could have gotten into the energy or will. We're going to get your reading here where you have to tell your child, I'm killing bugs. And so if this is something to do with an upstairs person that's assigned to be the noisemaker, then you could have gotten a stick, a broom, something, because remember, if they're upstairs, that means it's coming from the ceiling for you. And right as it's good and quiet, right as possibly either they going to work or they finally passed out, one of the two. They're going to work, they passed out, or they're at their mother, father, sister, brother, boyfriend, girlfriend house, neighbor, whatever. Okay. But you wait, and then you go da, 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 hitting the ceiling, rumble. And then the child, and for some of you, you're not going to do this if you have a little one. We're really talking about those of you who have young adult, such as my son, so they're not going to school. They're not, you know what I'm saying? Unlike the people who are doing it, it's funny. It's like, unlike them, they do have these school age children and toddlers and babies, and yet they don't care themselves. Okay. So why should you, right? They don't care themselves. But anyway, um, and so your teenage, young adult child says, "What was that?" And in the name of, first and foremost, keeping them out of it, and since you are under illegal surveillance, meaning your devices, everything like that. So, in the name of keeping that the way it needs to be, you say something to your child like, "Oh, I'm killing bugs. I'm killing bugs." And guess what? Isn't that plausible? Haven't you even possibly even had to do that, especially if you're in godforsaken place with fucking woods, where I think all the bugs that nature has lives. Okay, all of the possible species of insects, bugs, you name it. So you've possibly gotten used to that, because especially during certain seasons where bugs are more heightened to try to migrate into or fly in when you're going in and out, or what I'm saying, whatever the case may be, mosquitoes especially. Okay, you may very well have had to do that, kill bugs on the ceiling. Okay, it happens. How many of you out there where some comes in, especially mosquitoes, okay, and as you bringing in groceries or whatever, however it happens, you're chasing a bug through the house and you're trying to swat at it and hit at it. You're trying to get it to land and, wait for it to land so you can go to town, right? That's possibly what some of them have said. But, when you're doing it constantly, that kind of gets, that kind of fades out. So, but for the honorable feminines, that's what you're telling the child. So that's to just keep them out of that. But at the same time, to send your own signal when you feel like it. That too can play. And you're going to play it better. Now, here's the read. Should I say, the honorable feminine that ends up coming on the video? Because I do not consent. I'm not giving any energy towards these parasitical people. In fact, I decree death on every attempt to siphon and benefit off of me. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's the ongoing judgment now. Me or my son, whether that's through emotion, agitation, proximity, touch, whatever means and mediums, touch, words, whatever medium and method, there will be death in all of its forms. If it's trying to strike anxiety in me, cortisol, adrenaline, whatever that is. Feminine says, "I'm killing bugs, my child. I am killing bugs." Okay, so let's get it. Let's get a little bit of a read here. Mixing up the game a little bit. Actually, I think I'm going to start with this oracle, this talisman. Because this is actually what you're doing. Everything ain't love and light and flowers all the time. Not if you ain't plugged into the program. Not if you're not, if you're not plugged into the matrix. If you're plugged into the matrix, maybe it is. Because you are following suit. You're not a risk factor. Okay, I've been saying that for years, and people will be thinking that it's about a religion or stuff like that. No, it ain't nothing to do with it. Okay, all right, so let's start with the oracle. So 1619, 1617, I believe. Highest self. Feminine says, I'm killing bugs. So what is it that the feminine is actually doing alchemically with the actions and decisions that they're taking that looks unorthodox? Even the very trappings in which these people continue to try to set for her, them attempting to trigger her, agitate her, to get her out of character, to get her set up. Even with all of that, what is she actually accomplishing though? Even though it looks unorthodox, what is she accomplishing when she says the things that she's doing, as she states, I'm killing bugs, to herself and her children? Truth, light, it is inner self, oversoul, collective scale. So I have finding love in the reverse. And then in this depiction, I'm going to let you guys see it. You see it? In this depiction, it's a seahorse. It came in the reverse. So she is clearing out past lovers or their people's lovers, the energy that's pertaining to that. Haters, people that could be pissed at her pertaining to a lover, people that are disloyal, people that were doing breakup spells, people that didn't want her to find love. Yeah, eternal charisma. Once again, people who was, came out reverse. People that's been trying to siphon and steal her charisma. And people who do not have charisma or love. So haters, people that are wanted to be cock blockers and trying to copy her charisma. See, maybe the whole deck is, it says banishing a curse. Yeah, once again, this came out in the reverse. So these are people who keep doing spell works on her and trying to curse her because of her charisma. People who are doing work against her work, eternal charisma, in the reverse, and finding love in the reverse. And banishing curse came in reverse as well. Now in the upright, we have the vine, THE, vine guidance. Ooh. So what is she doing? When she says, I'm killing bugs, she's guided. And she's killing the bugs that have a problem with the fact that she is. She's also killing bugs that pretend to be folks that have some kind of divine guidance. Yeah. People, yeah, because she cut ties. And people that's bugging because of it. That don't have an intuition and keep trying to fuck with hers and keep trying to fuck with her emotions. Okay. Boom. Well, When feminine says, I'm killing bugs, I'm killing bugs, who from this deck here, and it says tragedy, who is this referencing? Lost, ghosted, blocked, cut off, somebody that she either ghosted or someone ghosted. This is a court paperwork filed, legal actions. This is people who are in the judicial system, corrupt legal officials, people who have paid people to do certain things here. Legal. It says legal. Hold on. It's somebody that this is pertaining to someone that she has had to escape. Vacation, hideaway, adventure, nightlife, gamble, take a risk, Vegas. People that are connected with Vegas. Ooh. People that are in Vegas. Offer on the table in the reverse. Archangel Michael in the reverse. Yeah, absolutely. So she's killing. She's dealing with people who are trying to do things to her, who are trying to stop her from any offers, cock block offers, or people who gave her dirty offers, or she's killing these situations here. Where people have been given an offer to stop her, that's trying to remove her protection or her feeling of safety and security or her children's. Ooh-wee. She's freeing herself. People that was willing to do stuff to her and her kids in order to free themselves. But she's also freeing herself. This could be people that she got away from, realizing that they was on some bullshit. Yeah, people that are crushed, sad, broken, and feeling alone, and people who have been working to do that for her, towards her. She's killing these bugs. Yeah, she's killing these bugs. You know what I'm saying? People who have been trying to intimidate her, who's been trying to punk her, scare her passive aggressively. She's killing these scaredy cats that's sitting up on a phone. that's been trying to tie her up. Yeah, but she killing it. Yeah, people who took settlements and shit to do shit because they chicken and they scaredy cats and shit to free themselves. People who threw her under the bus, or who was working with people who threw her under the bus. Yeah, she's killing these karmics that don't learn their lesson. These karmics that have not learned their lesson to stop fucking with her. That have not learned their lesson to stop trying to make her out to be the bad guy. The karmics that have not learned a lesson with, people that's unappealing to her now. And that's working with people. Yes, she's single. Yeah, people that was wasting time, constantly wasting time, working with people that's trying to waste time. So she's killing the bugs that the people are using to waste time, to try to, stall, delay, distract. She's killing them bugs. Yep. Yes, she is. She's killing these motherfuckers. That's trying to keep her there with their constant noise. And she is saying, okay, very well. It's people that are mad because they're losing partnerships. I saw a meeting coming in reverse. She's being inwardly guided by her inner self and over soul and her own sovereignty and her line of connection to source creation light. People that keep trying to fuck with synchronicities in her life, keep trying to create false ones. Yeah, trash. People who keep, okay, here we go. People who keep putting their nasty kids' shitty diapers on her kids' fucking patio and grass. And the people who have treated her like trash, and the people that they're using to get to her by proxy. Yeah, gossip. Yeah. She's putting these petty bitches and niggas to shame. The people who are upset because she's killing these gossips, these petty cunts and fucks. Yes, she has. Yes, she is, honey. Yeah, people that's constantly trying to create delays and sitting on a fat ass, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the case may be, trying to, you know what I'm saying, cause delays here, pause, timing factor. So people who are looking at her life like this is some kind of entertainment, number one. Okay. Number two, feminine may be in this energy of sitting back, eating the popcorn, enjoying the show. And these people are upset because chances are she's killing bugs. These could be people in their own way, might be mad because they perceive or they feel like these feminines get to just sit up and eat popcorn, like they live some kind of a ease life. But you're not a targeted individual in your life is ease. You don't have any, your whole rights are violated. So there's nothing ease about that. Your civil rights, your human rights, every angle. People are coming for your life. People are attempting to poison you every way you turn. That's not ease, but some of these people perceive that she does. They think that she has some kind of life of ease where she can just sit up and eat popcorn. She makes it look easy. But that is simply her trying to keep her composure and stay in alignment with her inner self and her own divine guidance within because of what she's dealing with. But it's by no means an implication, no means an implication. Hold on one second. Let's do this. So let me see if they'll let me take a break. I don't know. Give me one second. Where am I to do that? Let me see, share screen. How do I share? Wait. Whoops. Nope. Let's do this. Give me one moment. I'm gonna do something creatively here. Give me one moment. I am trying to get to. One second. Ah, bear with me. I gotta get creative. Mm, bummer. Let me see. Let's try this. Ah, ah, hold on. I'm trying to do something here. Let's try that. We're gonna go on a little intermission here. If I can get to what I'm trying to get to. Ah, oh. uh, come on, dude. Okay, boom. Okay, whoa. Now, how do I? Okay, well, I'm gonna do this. Let's do that. Boom. And then let me see if it lets me do what I'm trying to do. And I don't know, but I'm going to try. Boom. Okay, how I want to roll with that. How I want to roll with that. Okay, no, I don't want that one. I want. Boom. I want that. Boom. I don't want that. I do not consent. I do not consent to any manipulation of my energy whatsoever or my son's. I do not consent access to my energy. There we go. I can get here. Oh boy. Okay. Oh, okay. I guess it stops there. Let's see. Okay. Okay, there we go. Got it. Now, let's see. Like by the time I do this shit, my commercial good. To see they sweet. Okay, we're gonna go for an intermission. Um, let's see. What's this? Okay. Uh, bear with me there. Why did I do that? Let's clear out the edit. It's gonna let me. Uh, let's stop. See if it let me. What did I do? Okay. Anywho, we're gonna go on a little intermission here. Um, on the screen, you could be looking at, it says which of your chakras are blocked, check your symptoms. And I just want to share this as from a targeted individual's perspective and all of the stuff in which we are talking about here, these readings and these things that they're doing. This is what some of this is about. When we say they're attacking your energy systems, and I invite you all to study the chakras. I also invite you to study Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs, if it's still being referred to as that. But if anybody out there is wondering um, how that plays into how it comes into play as it pertains to target individuals, if you can understand the chakra systems and what they're associated with, and or Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs, if you're not somebody that is ready to get on board with the fact that there's subtle body energy and all of that. Okay, so psychological, emotional, physical, all these things are playing a role, and it's to disrupt you so that they can do the things that they're trying to do. Give me one second here. Mark up. Okay. Okay. Bear with me. Okay. See if it'll let me do it. Do not consent, people. Don't fuck your life. Worse than it already is. Oh, again. Okay. So let me do this. I thought it was going to let me type, but That's what they're doing with the chakras. That's why their attacks are what they are. They're trying to kill you slowly without looking like they're trying to kill you. It's the perfect crime. I'll be right back. Left, back, up, back. Short intermission. Where's my music? Let me get that in here for you so you can have something.